Hi, everybody. How are you doing? I just hope that all of you who are here watching us and out there, even if you're not watching us, are safe and keeping yourself absolutely healthy. I think the news and every media is giving us enough of information. We don't really want to hear anything negative anymore. So please keep yourself masked up as much as you can when you're out, if you have to go out. Otherwise, stay at home. I mean, it's been 11 days. I haven't stepped out of the house at all. And in Maharashtra now, they've actually extended the lockdown. So I don't know when I'm going to go. But, I really don't feel the need because I've found a way to keep myself busy. I'm working digitally. I know I'm one of those lucky people who can do their jobs from home. If you are someone who cannot do your job from home, I understand, but please wear the mask. And as soon as possible, get yourself vaccinated. That is very important. Uh, so we are here today. It's the last episode of Stay at Home, Stay Entertained. We were hoping that we were going to be entertaining you only as long as the lockdown was there. The lockdown has extended, but I think we need to give the artists a little bit of a break because I'm sure they're tired as well. But we've been extremely honored to have all the artists that have come so far. Today we have somebody she's got a very interesting bond with India. She is an Indian, but she is currently with us from Australia. And I feel amazed, as I'm sitting in India and I'm talking to artists from, California, from other parts of the country, and it's such a beautiful feeling. So I won't waste any more time. I'm here to invite Mona Patel.
Hi everyone from Australia. Thank you for having me.
Sorry if that was a very long introduction, but I try my bit to just tell people, please mask up. I don't know why people don't do that.
I know, it does seem very common sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just that the times have been so different. Yes, there were times when you see somebody with a mask, you say, what the hell is wrong with that guy? But now you need everyone to wear the mask.
We just got out of lockdown here as well.
Okay.
Yeah. But so we had a weekend lockdown, and restrictions also got extended now for another week with full masks compulsory and full restrictions at the moment. So
and everybody follows it there.
It's everywhere. It's worldwide right now.
So, yeah, but do people follow it there? Because here, it's supposed to be there, but people are not following.
You won't find many people not following. We take it seriously here. Yeah, and the fines are huge, so we have to follow.
Yeah, I think that's the only way people are going to get it. You really have to find them huge.
Yeah.
Mona, it is so nice to have you. This is the last episode that we're doing of this season of Stay at Home, Stay Entertained.
Yeah.
First of all, thank you because, we're at a slightly decent time. I'm sure it's slightly late out there. But,
bad. 8:30. Bad.
Okay. You're not an early bird.
Yeah.
So, Mona, what's your story? Where did you start from? I mean, were you born in India? Were you born in Australia? What's your background?
It's so interesting that you asked me. It's such a mix, actually. I was born in India. I was born in Mumbai, in a little nursery home in Santa Cruz, actually. And I was about 5 years old. And me and my sister, so I have a twin sister. So we were 5 at the time, and my parents decided that, it's better for us, for our education, just better life, to see if we can try to settle outside of India. So they tried for Canada, but got rejected from Canada. So then they tried for New Zealand, and they got the visa for New Zealand. But they'd always wanted to go to Australia, not New Zealand. But they thought, New Zealand is pretty close. It's, just, 2 hours away. So if we can get to New Zealand and get the visa there, then it'll be much, much easier to get to Australia. So that's exactly what they did. They grabbed the opportunity, moved us to New Zealand, and we got there. We stayed there in school for about 4 years. And as soon as we had the chance to get the citizenship, we moved here to Perth. So I'm living in Perth, Western Australia.
Wow. And did you ever do you remember anything of India in the first 5 years? I know you've been coming off and on, but
yes, so much because I've been traveling like almost every second year because my entire extended family is in Mumbai, all my cousins. So we used to just come, every second year on summer holidays, and just, hang out with the cousins and learn all the Bollywood songs and go to all the Bollywood films. And like that was my first exposure to Hindi. And
Right.
it was nice because I come from a very Gujarati, Patel, so Gujarati family.
Right.
But yeah, my first exposure to like learning like a different language and start speaking little like Hindi on, on the street with the rickshaw drivers and things like that. So I was very exposed to India, like from a very young age. My parents made it a point that we always had that connection.
Yeah. No, it's interesting actually. You see a lot of people who move base. I think they are way more, connected to India than the Indians themselves. It's like,
That. Yeah. I get told that when I go to India, like people are like, you're so desi, like, you're so like Indian at heart, like I love wearing all the dresses and, I sort of just have these very traditional Indian like points about things. So it's very ironic for sure.
yeah, well, I think what you managed to do is actually get a flavor of both the countries. So it's definitely, and
Yes.
of course, we're living in a very different world right now. Diversity has become so key, and everyone's trying to,
Oh,
at
yeah.
least trying to get everybody inclusive.
It's all like global right now. And even myself, like when I think of myself as an artist, I don't view myself as a local artist. I view myself as a global artist because I think that is the reach we have right now in music.
Right. How did music come into your life? And
Sorry. So a lot of you don't actually know this. I'm not very open about it because I like to, concentrate on my art and my music and my singing and songwriting. But even though I'm a trained singer, like I'm actually a trained lawyer. I've specialized in human rights. So
okay.
so I took a break from music for about 6 years and I went to law school, believe it or
Okay.
not. And I had all the intentions of becoming a human rights lawyer, but I graduated 10 days after my graduation. I just had this feeling like something isn't feeling right. Like something is just inside, was just, this intuition, whatever you want to call it, was telling me you've got to focus on your art. And I'm getting goosebumps saying this, but that's exactly what happened. So it's naturally, like I'm a very intuitive person. I'm not one of those people that second guesses my intuition. So I kind of just went with it. So I decided to just go full out into acting. And at the time I started off in acting and doing like theater plays and things like that. And then into music eventually. But yeah, I mean, I started late. A lot of artists, especially in the US and Australia, they start 17, 18. I started when I was 26. So,
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I started professionally, like as a singer, songwriter, I really decided at 26 to really take it to the next level. Like 24, I was still kind of like exploring and all of that. Around 26, I was like, yeah, no, I have to do something about this now.
But tell me, being a lawyer, do you feel, do you feel that that's something that you would possibly get back to, or you don't see yourself? I mean, like, I don't know if you've heard of Palash Sen from Euphoria. He's a doctor, and he's a singer. Yeah, he's a doctor. I mean, he's a practicing doctor. So
yeah, I've definitely considered it. In fact, even now, like with what's happening in the world right now, it's a humanitarian crisis. And considering what's happening right now, I have been quite open on my social media about all of these topics. And because I do have the background, I do have the education, and I do understand exactly at a legal level, objectively, what is happening. So it did really just ignite this fire in me again. And I was seriously considering, like, maybe I should just follow this human rights path because this is what I really love, So yeah, definitely.
I'm sure some of the legal learnings that you had can be applied in your art as well, because one of the things that artists always fear is to be lynched and not understand the legal side of things, right?
Yes.
So does that help you?
Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean, it's protected. My legal background has protected me actually, not just in music, but in literally everything I've done in life, whether it's renting a house, whether it's a car, whether it's writing a song and releasing music, because I understand my rights and because I'm able to articulate that I understand my rights, it's very hard for people to take advantage of me. So I think it's been really really useful. Like, you know, if there's a dodgy broker in India that was like, you know, trying to, and I told him, you know, under this section of this bylaw, you're not going to do that. And they just be like, okay, ma'am, okay, ma'am.
So you did your law in Australia or in India?
No, I did it in Australia, but I did it in different cities. So
Okay.
the majority of it, I did it in Perth. But I really wanted to do a human rights specialization that wasn't available here. So I went over to Monash, which is in Melbourne. I also did a couple of years, I did abroad as well. I did Geneva, Switzerland, because obviously the UN. And I also did Italy. I studied in Italy as well. So, yeah.
Nice.
So,
And how much of that has influenced your music? All this traveling and being in different places.
so much. Like, I feel like when you travel and you really see the world, you don't live in your bubble. I feel like when you just stay in your little bubble, you don't grow. And there's a lot of growth that happens when you challenge yourself and you put yourself in different challenging situations. You know, especially living in Mumbai. Like, I was living in Mumbai like for 6 years. So
Right.
such a challenging city. I mean, I've grown so much just living in Mumbai because it is just crazy living there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all of that kind of just accumulated, and I had all of these songs, and you know, the lockdown was happening in India, and I was just like, I have to do something about this music. You know, I have to release it.
Right.
Can't-
Well, talking about your music, you recently released a new single called "Take Me Home."
Yeah.
Before we talk about that, would love for you to just sing a little.
Sure. Yes. Well, I've got the track, so I can sing it. I can sing the whole song if
Yeah,
you want.
please go ahead.
You have the song for that. Okay. I'll play it. All right. Say that you want me. I know I've been on your mind. Ask if I have been invisible yet on fire. Hold me close and make me feel you one more time. Dance in the blue light. You know you can take your time. Take me home. You wanna take me home. You wanna take me home. Me close and make me feel one more time. The sound can make us feel so. Take me home. You wanna take me, make me yours tonight, make me yours, make me yours tonight, make me yours, make me yours tonight, make me yours, make me yours tonight, make me yours tonight, make me yours, make me yours tonight, make me yours, make me yours tonight, make me yours. Make me yours tonight. Making you want me. You know that you're on my mind. Ask if I have been invisible yet on fire. Hold me close and make me feel you one more time. Dance in the blue light. You know you can take your time. Take me home. You know you wanna take me home. You wanna take me. Me close and make me feel one more time. The sound can make us feel so. Take me home. You wanna take me. Make me yours tonight. Make me yours. Make me yours tonight. Make me yours. Make me yours tonight. Make me yours. Make me yours take me home.
Yeah, that was like power packed and very catchy. I mean, the "Take Me Home Tonight" was like ringing in my ears.
Yeah, so this song actually, we kind of wrote it in two parts. It's a really cool story. Like, we wrote the "Take Me Home" and the verses, and we kind of sat on it for 1 month. We didn't come back to it, and I was just listening to it, while I was cleaning my room, and I was just like, like doing my like chores, and it was just playing in my earpods. And all of a sudden, I got the bridge part that's there, the "Make Me Yours." I started singing it over it.
Right.
So I actually recorded it and I sent it to my producer, and I was like, "Oh my God, look, I just came up with another hook and I think it really fits really well." He's like, "Yeah, that sounds really nice. Yeah, we'll throw it in there." So that's how the song came together.
Is this your style, or you like to do, different kinds of genres?
I am so, I mean, I don't like to toot my own horn at all, but I like to be very versatile. Like, I have a very different mix of things that I sing. Like, I absolutely love pop EDM. I also love my jazz. I also love my lo-fi, my piano, stripped back music. In fact, I just finished a track called "Numb to Love." I got the master track yesterday. Completely different from anything I've ever released. It's beautiful. It's got 3 different strings instruments, piano. It's got cello, violin, viola, and it's a sad ballad, heartbreak song, obviously because it's called "Numb to Love." So I like to keep things interesting. I love all types of music, so it's very hard for me as an artist to just kind of go, okay, I'm only going to do this, or I'm only going to do that. I'm one of those people. I can't be in a box. I've got to explore.
So how many years has it been that you've been now professionally,
Well, I've been question. A professional singer. Like, I started, teaching and doing, gigs and posting online and social media for about 4 or 5 years, I would say. It's about a 6-year journey all up though, from like leaving my degree and kind of going, okay, I want to do like music. So it's taken a while. Yeah.
Yeah. And when it comes to writing and composing, you do that yourself. You're a singer-songwriter.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So, especially when it comes to the lyrics, I mean, were there things that were written earlier which you suddenly picked up, or your composition and lyric writing happens together?
It happens mostly together. So we do regular songwriting sessions because it helps us both stay on track. So generally, my producer's name is Michael. He knows my style, so he'll play a few chords, and we'll kind of bounce off each other. And I'll kind of like sing a few lines and go, "Oh, what about this or what about that?" We always kind of come up with the melody first, and then we kind of decide. First, there's a theme. I tell him I want to write a song about this, and then we kind of come up with a melody and a composition. And then once that is all set, the song structure is all set, we're happy with it, then I go back home, I reflect, I start, writing out some lyrics, because it's a very personal thing for me as a singer. I like writing my own lyrics. I enjoy that. So I feel a connection if I write my own lyrics, definitely.
Yeah. So tell me, I'm sure you've seen what's happened over the last year and a half. Across the world. I mean, every country is waiting to get back. We heard about New Zealand having a concert with 50,000 people last week, I think. It was with a band called 660.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I didn't know about that. 60,000 people. Wow.
Yeah, 50,000 people, because I think New Zealand is the only country that, touch wood, is completely coronavirus free. And we also heard. Sorry?
And the Antarctic. The penguins.
No, and there's another country like Hong Kong, which apparently has done, concerts with pods. So you actually have people, in a kind of barricaded area. And so there are some countries that are trying their best to open up. But of course, India right now is in its worst phase. So I think we're going to have at least another year before we can even think of going back.
I think so. Yeah. I think yeah.
No, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
I forgot.
No,
what else.
so what I was getting at is, I mean, especially it's even with musicians in India, the most of the time they make their income and their money largely through shows and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But we've
Yeah.
also seen the other side that the whole of last year, there was so many releases of independent music, which wasn't there that much. So do you think that, I mean, while of course we shouldn't have a coronavirus situation for that to happen, but how is the scene in Australia for you in terms of being able to put out original content?
Look, I mean, it's pretty mixed. I find that the live music scene here is one of the most supportive scenes that I have seen. But in terms of releasing music, I think it's like anywhere else in the world. It's just hard. It's just competitive and it's rough. I mean, you have to just really like know like that it is a business at the end of the day, and not kind of get like I used to. The reason why I think I'm sort of starting so later on, in terms of my releases and getting out there, is because initially I was just so into the emotional element of will people like my music or will people like my songs, and I was very into that personal what people are going to think. And then I sort of just kind of switched and I was like, you know what, if I want to release music, whether in Australia or internationally or anywhere in the world, I mean, it doesn't matter where you are, you just have to have more of a business approach to it and kind of be a little bit detached once you've made the music. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Trust the process, that trust your talent and trust that it is good. And earlier I was trying to make everyone like my music, but I realized that's not going to happen. Not everyone is going to like you or your music. You just have to find your people, your people that will really like your style and like who you are and like what you represent. And that's all you can do when you're releasing music.
But the question is, can you afford to do that if you are dependent on your bread and butter, for what you're doing?
Such a good question. Like, I mean, I would say 99% of the artists I know right now are not making money off streaming. I mean, we all have part-time jobs, full-time jobs, businesses to support us. But to be honest, right now, I don't see anything wrong with it. Right now, current situation, because I feel like when you have that streaming platform, it allows you to get so much more revenue in other ways. Like, for example, like with my streams that I have right now, I can take it to events organizers and I can say, I have X amount of streams, or I can, I'm a teacher, I'm a vocal coach. So, I can do songwriting sessions. So I feel like it's one piece of the puzzle. It's for me, I don't rely on that. I'm not looking for, and even I'm the type of person, even if I had 20 million streams, I would still be working. I enjoy it. I love working with people and I love teaching. So each to their own. But I think that it's just one element. And I don't think as an artist in today's day and age and the way we are right now, can't rely on one thing. You've got to be everywhere. You've got to be on social media. You've got to be doing shows. You've got to be releasing music. You've got to be doing radio and you've got to be everywhere.
How has the virtual scene been for you? Have you been performing virtually?
No, actually, not so much. I mean, I've been more doing a lot of business work and a lot of my teaching online. I've really lucky that Perth hasn't had crazy lockdowns like in Mumbai. So whenever I get the chance, I just go and perform. So I'm very lucky. So I do get a few requests to perform here and there, but obviously there's limits and things like that. But it's workable here. Not so much online. I would say more teaching is happening online at the moment. So I'm very used to sort of sitting in front of a screen now.
Like we're doing now.
I've been doing it for a year, so it's like my business now. I just get in front of a computer and I'm done. It was very hard at first, but
But what's very interesting is what we're seeing pick up very aggressively. Of course, it's been largely for the bigger names who've got a large following, but I think that is the route that artists should go. The whole influencer marketing business. The other day I was watching a story on CNN and they were talking about how influencers are being used for social media, even in a country like Africa. So it actually again becomes such a global phenomenon because across the world, everyone's trying to figure out how do they create brand engagement, and so it's just kind of. So have you ever thought of building your
Yes.
community and fan following with that in mind?
Always, and that's always been the objective, in fact, is to just keep posting online and keep getting support online, and also building. Right now I'm aiming not just, social media is great and everything, but because I want to focus more on my releases, right now I'm working on building my Spotify following. So that's very crucial for me right now, because get a Spotify following, that gives you so much access and instant access to your fans. So
Right.
The reason why I'm kind of, releasing a song every 6 weeks right now is just to kind of get that following and, building that profile right now. But 100%, I completely agree with what you said. The music industry has changed so much because of social media. It's given artists power that
Yeah.
we've never had, power that the labels used to have. And if you didn't get signed to a label, you had no chance of ever reaching the kind of people, I mean, I released a track, I think
I
in
was going
February.
to ask you about that. You had a release with EMI Australia, right?
Yeah, so that was a while back. But
Okay.
I'm talking about my independent release that I did just through my my social media, and on February 14th. So I promoted it across, all my Instagram, and I told all my social media friends who had lots of followers, like, go and like spread the song. And in 1 week I had 10,000 streams. So I just realized the power of social media. It's so incredible, like, we didn't have this power 10 years ago. I would have to beg, borrow, steal, knock on people's doors, go around in my car, like, just to get 10,000 people to listen to my release.
What's actually very interesting from what I'm hearing you speak is the independent artist right now is more focused on being able to express, and of course the return on that is you're happy with what you get based on the fact that you've got it organically and it's been for something that you created from start. I think that is,
it's something to be proud of. Like, I mean, even on Spotify profile, like, I mean, I don't have like millions of streams because I've only just started. I only just started releasing on Spotify, I think 6 months back. But I mean, I'm already up to around 400,000 streams. So for me, it's just a matter of just keep going and keep building on that. Just keep going.
Absolutely.
Don't stop. Just don't stop, because you might have this one song that, this, like, that's what happened with, Rachel Platten. I don't know if you know her. She's a US singer. She had the very famous song, Fight Song. This is my fight.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Absolutely. So she was, I think, an artist for like 12 years or something like that. And then Fight Song, she released that song and Taylor Swift tweeted about it. And then she became like, an international hit song. And
well, that's the story of even Adnan Sami. When Adnan Sami released his song Kabhi To Nazar, it was after releasing, I think, from what I heard, at least about 10 or 11 albums in Pakistan before it was released. This song was done. So I think you, like you said, you got to be at it. You got to, and you're already doing that. I mean, I think when we were talking backstage, you were mentioning about the fact that you create new songs every week. You and your music producer.
Yeah, sometimes two.
Wow,
so we have a backlog of music, and that's something that I like to do regularly, because I think as an artist, it's all about growing, and you can only get that growth if you have consistency and regularity. It's not age anymore where you can just write one song a year and release that song. Doesn't work.
You are preaching to the church.
I mean, but the thing is, a lot of younger artists have this notion, and I always try to mentor them, because I've got a lot of very young budding artists and recording artists as my students that I teach and that I coach. And they have this thing, I'm just going to write one song and it's become a worldwide hit. And I tell them, May. You're dreaming.
No, I'm actually very happy. Yeah, I'm very happy to hear that, Mona, because there are very few artists who are realistic. I mean, of course, you've got to believe in yourself and your music, but we're just in the time of too much of everything. So
it's just over. Like, everyone is, when I write my music, me and my producer, what we keep in mind? we keep in mind that people have a distraction attention span of about 15 seconds. So
Yeah.
when we're literally, okay, how do we grab this person's stream attention in the first 15 seconds of the song? Because they're just going to skip. It's so easy
Well,
now.
I would say 15 seconds is also a lot. If you're on YouTube, it's 5 seconds.
So there you go. So it is, I try to be as grounded and as realistic as possible. I'm not chasing fame. I'm not chasing money. I'm sure if it happens as a byproduct, amazing. I'll make the most of it. But right now, I'm trying to be my most authentic self, and my most authentic self is making music. That's all I can do. That's my contribution in the world right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the way I look at it also, the way the world is right now. If you are still alive and you're breathing, you've got to make that meaningful. You've got to leave. Yeah, you got to leave this world having left something behind that can be passed on or whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to be a life-changing moment for people, but yeah.
But something, you've left something, you've impacted, you've made a difference in somebody's life, whether that's through art or your work, or it could be absolutely anything, any small little thing. I agree.
So it's time to hear something else. So what else are you going to sing for us?
Yeah. So I've been practicing. I might just sing it a cappella because I just started learning it actually. I don't know if you guys know, Justin Bieber just released a track a month ago called Hold On. I fell in love with the lyrics. So I've been just learning that one. So I'll sing a few lines if you want.
Sure. Go ahead.
You know you can call. Okay. You know you can call me if you need someone. I'll pick up the pieces if you come undone. Painting stars up on your ceiling, 'cause you wish you could find some feeling. Yeah, you know you can call me if you need someone. I need you to hold on. Heaven is a place not too far away. We all know I should be the one to say we all make mistakes. So take my hand and hold on. Tell me everything that you need to say. 'Cause I know how it feels to be someone. Feels to be someone who loses their way. So that's a little bit of what I'm working on.
That's sweet. That's really sweet. So who's your favorite artist? Who are you inspired by?
There are so many, but I love Nora Jones. She's a huge inspiration of mine. I remember listening to Don't Know Why. I waited till I saw the sun. That was one of the first jazz contemporary songs.
Your voice, you've got the same tonality, I must say.
I was told that. So when I was doing singing lessons around 14, my singing teacher told me that you should start having listened to Nora Jones because you've got a very similar tone.
Yeah.
So I started singing her songs and, really fell in love with her. And I was lucky because I saw her live in Venice. And I was a student in Italy. I actually went to Venice the weekend that she was doing a live performance. I managed to get a ticket. Yeah. So I was emotional. I was crying. I was like, oh my God. I can't believe I'm
watching concerts seems like such a distant memory. We just can't wait to go back to that.
I remember exactly. Like, when was the last time? Like the last time I remember going to a concert was Kendrick Lamar. Like so.
Wow.
That 3 years back I went.
Wow. So I have to just show you some comments that have come. Some really, general comments. So there's Mamta Gupta who says hello. Then there's Monica Sharma who also says hello. We have Parul Arora who says hi. I don't know what name this is in which language, but there's another person who's saying hi. Then there's Shabina Ghani who says good vibes.
Oh, Shabina.
Yeah, you know the person? Okay.
Yes, I know.
Okay, then there's Manoj Sawant who says hello all. And then we have Monal Thakur who was giving...
Yes, I know.
Yeah, okay. So Yeah, I think he was giving a thumbs up while he was singing "Take Me Home."
Yes,
And lovely Naga says hi.
hi everyone. Thank you so much for all the comments. That was lovely.
Yeah, it's really sweet. So before we go, Mona, what would you like to say? Any kind of, anything that you would like to say?
I just want to, if you're in India right now, I just want to let you guys all know that it's such a difficult time. I empathize with you. Our prayers, all the people all around the world, all the Indians around the world, all our prayers are with you right now. And, just understand that this is going to pass as well, because everything is temporary. Stay safe, be at home, wear a mask if you have to go out. Take care of your family, take care of your friends, help out whoever you can as safely as possible. But just hold tight. I mean, I've been so heartbroken. Like, I know I seem so happy. I'm a very bubbly person normally, but I mean, every day, we get the news here as well, and
Yes.
break down because it's just horrible. It's like something out of a movie. Like, it feels like, is this even real? It feels so surreal. So I just want to tell everyone, my heart is with all of you. Go and check out my music if you want to be uplifted. I've got a few songs out at the moment. So I've got Take Me Home, I've got Dream Guy, I've got Hold Me Like You Mean It. So you guys can go and stream those on repeat and feel good.
Absolutely. It's only music that keeps you sane, actually, in any time, They say when you are having a child, listen to music. They say when you can't sleep, listen to music. Yes, absolutely. So I think, I don't know where we would be without you guys, because trust me, while I'm sure each artist is dying to go back into their routine and going out there, I think this is the time when you need, like you, Mona, I hope other artists also feel inspired to just let them to express themselves with their musical, expressions, and put it out in the universe, and
of how many people listen. I have a lot of people come and tell me, oh, but you're getting so many people like listening, and I tell them it doesn't matter if 10 people listen. Do it for yourself and be your authentic self. It's not all a business all the time.
Right. So I'm really happy, and you were part of the last session that we're doing for the season. So I think we've really managed to end it with a high. Thank you so much again, Mona, and all the best with your.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care. Bye, everyone. Take care. Bye.